Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Technically, I'm not going to be your Dungeon Master. I'm going to be your judge, because you see, tonight we're carrying on with Session 3 of our campaign playing, our kind of surprise campaign, playing Marvel Superheroes, the old TSR role-playing game of Marvel Superheroes. Set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, playing an MCU version of Alpha Flight. And with me tonight are the stars of the MCU Alpha Flight campaign. I'll go in the order that you guys are here. Oh, you might want to change your display name there too, Jeff, because he's been dead for 2 sessions.
Oh,
dead or missing or whatever.
that's right.
Oh. So with me tonight are, I'll go the order. I'll go to reverse order because you're changing your name there. First up is Arlen Walker.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I'm playing Dr. Walt Lankowski, also known as the Sasquatch.
And Walt Lankowski in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is played by Kevin Durand. And next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I am Jeff, and I am playing Heather McNeil.
Played by the lovely Lauren Ambrose,
who is also known as Vindicator.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight, I'm going to be drinking the Aaron Malt.
Ooh, nifty, nifty. So at the time of recording, as well, too, before we launch into the cold open, well, I guess first off, Arlen, what are you drinking tonight?
I had a can of Mountain Dew Game Fuel, but I finished it before we started.
Okay.
So maybe I'll get another one later.
I thought you were still working on your mead that you brought back from. I
have some, but I'm not much of a drinker, honestly, normally. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll have some later.
Oh, hot diggity damn! I just heard from Steve-O. So unfortunately, Steve is not going to be joining us tonight. However, Steve's free on Saturday, which means Steve will be joining us for the gaming marathon. You see, for those listening at home who are regular viewers, you may be asking yourself, Kev, you seem a little more relaxed. You seem as if you've got a weight off your shoulders tonight, and you seem like you're even more easygoing than you usually are. And I'm not sure I've ever had anyone accuse me of being easygoing. Well, that's because, kind viewer, I am starting a vacation right now. So this is the first night of my vacation, which I am spending with my good buddies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And in 3 days' time, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days' time, we have our annual gaming marathon, where Jeff is going to be joining us in person as well. Steve will be joining us remotely, and a bunch of our players who play in a bunch of our other games will all be joining up in person, and we'll be streaming a massive, sprawling 16-hour session of a very surprise game. I've had Brent all day today asking me about whether, I'll talk about one game, and I'm like, yeah, this is, I'm not sure I'm going to want to run this again after I run it for the gaming marathon. Am I kidding? Am I? I don't know. So, I'm really excited for this. It'll be really fun. We're going to be streaming, as I said, streaming the whole thing, and man, I look forward to this more than any other holiday in the year. And this year, for the first time, the gaming marathon is actually taking place on my birthday, so you can see me creak my way over into 43 at the actual gaming marathon. Will I actually make it through the entire marathon? We'll have to see. But tonight, we are returning back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, George wants to know what Jeff is drinking again. He may have missed it.
Oh, I'm drinking the Aaron Malt.
Nice. Yeah, you're gonna have to be coming loaded for bear come the marathon there, Jeff.
Oh, I just steal Brent's stuff.
Yes, that'll work too. All right, so guys, as has become the custom with our Marvel Cinematic Universe games, let's start with a cold open. So, our scene opens on a black screen, and what we hear is the sound of a whistling winter wind. If you listen carefully, you may think it's the same black winter wind we left when the last episode ended. However, as the scene kind of fades in and we spy what lies before us. Let me just make sure. Oh, I've got it sized perfectly. This is what we see, guys. Two ships trapped in ice with a bunch of men dressed like 19th century sailors working desperately to try and carve out a passage in the ice. The camera kind of, follows over these guys, and they're all kind of talking with clear British accents. Some are dressed as soldiers, as officers, but for the most part, it's all just able seamen working away. And as we pass the rear of the ships, the aft, I guess. I come from a landlocked province, so I don't know from ships. But as we pass the aft of the ship, we see that on the back of one of them, the word Erebus. And as we pass the second, we see the word terror. And these men are working away quite hard. And then the scene cuts to inside this. It looks like, it's a cabin, but it's a well-appointed cabin that you would think is a captain's cabin. And we see this guy from the back in clearly an officer's uniform. And you can hear him rattling away with some bottles. And he's cursing. God damn, I thought where'd the last gin go? And I'm not going to do an accent because I come across ridiculous. But he's cursing and whatever, trying to find something. And he finally finds at the back, one bottle, brings it out, he upends it, and pours the last bit of his drink into there. And it really, to call it 2 fingers would be very, very generous. It's barely a splash that ends up into the glass. But it seems to be enough for him, and kind of staggers back and sits down. And as he sits down, we can see his face. And this is what he looks like. Mm. This, so the door kind of, you hear a knock at the door. This man takes a sip of of his drink and says, "Come in." The door opens, and this guy walks in. He's wearing what looks like kind of a stained smock. We can tell that he is likely one of the cooks, and he's carrying 2 cans with him. And he walks over and says, "Captain Crozier, might I have a word?" He says, without saying anything, the captain gestures for come over, and he says, "Well, Captain, we've discovered a bit of a problem here." And Captain Crozier says, "We've been stuck in ice for 12 months now, seaman. Is there a problem worse than that?" And he says, kind of looks sheepishly, and you could tell that the chef really doesn't want to give an answer. But what he says is, "Well, Captain, it's a problem for sure." And he plunks these things down, and you can see that they've been opened. They've been smashed open on the top. And as he puts them down, Crozier kind of moves back, and he says, "Cool. What's that smell?" He says, "It's them, sir. They've gone off." He looks at the cans. The captain looks at the cans, and he looks up at them. And he says, "What do you mean off?" He says, "All of them, sir. I don't know what's happened with the canning, but all of them have spoiled." And he gets up, kind of picks up the cans, brings them closer, and then he, brings them away. Clearly, just how bad these things smell and how rancid the contents are. He says, "Is there any of them that can be salvaged?" He says, "No, sir." And he, kind of slams the drink down, looks out the back of the window out at the miles and miles and miles of trackless ice. And he looks back at the chef and says, "Well, then, all of them. What are we to eat then?" And the chef kind of stands there without giving an answer. And we see this look exchange back and forth between the men. And then we fade away. And as we fade to the Alpha Flight logo or whatever, credits, intro credits, we then sort of fade to the sound of water lapping up against a ship. Though this time, when we come out of the what do you call it? Out of blackness, we can see that this is the back of a very, very modern-looking ship. And on the back of this ship, there are big white letters. And the white letters spell out the word Aleutian. And we hear this sort of sound of something, an unusual kind of energy discharge sound. And then we hear this bam as something hits the ground. And the ship doesn't quite, I mean, it's a massive oil tanker. But something hits the ground. And we hear this deep but fairly well-spoken voice say, what?
If I remember correctly, it was, I'm Dr. Lankowski. I'm here to help.
Nice. And that's where we see, let's cut to a map here, guys. The form that has landed is, of course, Sasquatch. And as a reminder of what Sasquatch looks like, this is what Sasquatch looks like. It's in the comics. The why is that not opening? Hold up. I'm having a, there we go. So that is what Sasquatch looks like in the comics. He is in the MCU version of this, our version. He has like, you know, big cargo pants on the bottom that's stretched out. And otherwise he's, you know, fully CG rendered and is a big bruising character. And we can see also from zipping past, we can see the person who dropped him off. And that, of course, is Vindicator. And Vindicator looks like this. Oh, it's because 100%, that's why. And Vindicator is, in our version of the MCU thing, it's not, it's more detailed and kind of, you know, textured the way that Captain Marvel's costume is. So, guys, you can see on the map here, this will be our map for the, what do you call it, for this encounter. Sasquatch, you just slam to the ground, and facing you on this, on the deck of this sprawling, massive ship are, looks like 4 of these, what appear to be Chitauri dreadnoughts. Let's try something here, guys. I can't seem to get, hold on here. Is there anything that, yeah. Well, there we go. Weird. I think that, I feel like they may have resized, oopsies, some of these things, because normally when I click on those things, I can make the image a lot bigger. And it seems that every single one of these things I can't make any bigger now. So I wonder if there's some new update they pushed through. Let's see here. Does this work? Yeah, even the universal table they've screwed up now. Thanks, fucking Roll20. Jesus. I thought it was something that I was doing incorrectly, but yeah, like if you guys click on the universal table, can you click it so that it fills up your screen now, or is it stuck at that size?
I can expand it, but I can't do the click it and make everything around it go dark.
Yeah, like that's because I don't know what they've that's weird. I thought it was just, I'm gonna try reconnecting here, guys, and see if this makes a
No, like any of the pictures you opened, yeah, I couldn't zoom in on them.
Yeah, the handouts, that's infuriating.
It shows the little thing, but it doesn't actually do it.
That's a bit of a pisser. Because that means they've resized every single one of these handouts. Huh. Well, thanks for. I imagine that's what you know. That'll save on a great deal of memory for them, but that ain't good. I suspect that my first act on vacation will be an angry email to Roll20. Dear Roll20, stop screwing up our stuff. Okay, but anyway, so guys, as is always the case. So one of the things I've been thinking about is the declaring actions thing. And I think the declaring action thing works really, really well in Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. And I like there is some neat rules in here for, and I mean, it's important to know whether you're going to be doing one action or whether you're going to be doing 2. But I think what we'll do, rather than having you guys declare actions and then give you a penalty if you change your action, is just to have you declare whether you're doing 1 or more actions. And we'll try that. And then we'll roll initiative. That sound good?
Sure.
Because the rules as written, what you do is you declare what you're doing, and if you need to make a fighting roll, remember that if you're going to do more than one thing in a round, like you want to dodge and attack. Well, if you want to dodge and attack, you can do that. It's just you take -1 class to each of them. Well, is that how I'm running it? Dodging and attacking. No, if you want to dodge and attack in a round, you have to make a remarkable intensity fighting feat. And if you're successful, you get to do both. If you fail, you can... No, sorry. If you succeed, you can both dodge and attack, but you take -2 column shift to your attack. If you fail, then you take -3 column shifts to everything. You cannot dodge, and you can only attack. So I guess we are declaring actions beforehand because that's kind of necessary for that. So Sasquatch, I'm going to assume you're on the base there. Each of the red lines that's on there, guys, is going to be a different area. And so go ahead and type in what you're going to do as your action, guys, and then we will have Sam Squatch, because I think you got the highest. Both of you guys, what are your respective intuitions?
Mine is only 10.
Oh, it's good? Okay, so maybe actually hers is higher.
I think hers might be higher.
Yeah.
Intuition 20.
Excellent. Okay, yeah. Perfect. So then, Vindicator, you get +1, I think, to to the initiative, and you roll for everybody once we get the actions declared. Let me see here. Yeah, you got +1 to your initiative rolls. Smack 1 to Tari. Okay, awesome. Works for me. And for Vindicator, what's she going to do?
So, is this... We just say what we're moving at, like, do we have to put 2 actions? I don't remember now.
So what you need to do is, if you're making more than one attack in a round, you have to make a, like, if you want to hit attack twice, you need to make a remarkable fighting feat in order to do that. If you want to both attack and dodge, if you want to have any kind of defensive actions, you need to make a remarkable fighting feat. And if you succeed, then you can attack once at -2 column shift, and you can also dodge once per round. Or dodge, yeah.
So if I just want to shoot.
If you just want to shoot, then you just put, shoot. Nice. Okay,
well,
then...
or can I make a suggestion?
Of course.
Sure.
We might want to... I'm wondering if we want to fight more, or if our goal is to evacuate sailors. Because what I'm thinking is I've got these 3 guys kind of in between. I'm in between them and the aliens, but... there's these other guys at the other end of the ship, and I'm wondering if we want... I mean, Vindicator, I'm happy for you to shoot some aliens, but I'm also wondering if what might be good is to start grabbing people and just say the ship is a lost cause.
That's a good point. So, and actually segues me in to talk about karma, because I forgot to award karma last round. Karma is the... sort of like it's both an experience points thing, and it's also the stuff you use to develop your character, to get experience, to advance your stats and things like that. The way you get karma is by not only defeating enemies and stuff like that. It's also by doing heroic stuff. So let's see here. What you guys should have received is last session. Let me just total this in my head. So each of you get 10. I think each of you guys got 5 points for a humor award last time because you made me laugh. You didn't donate to a charity. Do you think you guys, either of your characters last session, fulfilled a personal commitment?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't
Not really.
that I can think of.
Okay. Neither of you broke commitments, though, so you're not losing karma. And foes last round. Saving another life. Oh, pretty awesome. Whew. Saving lives is worth 20 karma flat. So, I mean, it's my discretion as to whether the life is actually saved or whether you just, happen to be fighting a bad guy and there's other people around. But okay, so that means each of you guys can bump your karma total. Keep your baseline karma at the same, but your current karma, you can bump it up to bump it up by I'll say 15. Yeah. Okay.
So our current is up by 15.
That's right. Yeah.
So we're at higher than maximum.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So sorry. Anyway, what that was that knowledge of how you get karma as well too. Does that affect your plan for your kind of your actions? It looks like there is one of these Chitauri dreadnoughts making its way towards the sailors at the front of the ship. And Sasquatch has tossed one of the dreadnoughts over the side and has interposed himself between the other two.
Right. So can I move and shoot or no?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll move and shoot.
Yeah. And Sasquatch, what's your endurance? It's amazing, isn't it?
My endurance is amazing. Yes.
Okay. So I think you can move. Let's see here. I think it's 2. 3 areas per turn because of your endurance. So you can move 3 areas in a turn on the ground. Plus, I think you can leap 3, can't you?
Yes, I can leap 3 areas.
Cool. Okay, then does that affect your actions at all there, Vindicator, or?
Well, I'm still moving. What? No, I'm going to move and shoot the 2 guys on the back and try and get to the sailors on the back of the ship.
Let me see if I've set your did I set your initiative thing properly? I did. Go ahead and roll initiative for me. You got to beat my 2. Oh, no. What you're going to do in this game, just go on your character sheet. In this game, everything is a D6 or a D10. Sorry.
Oh, what do I use then?
Initiative.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I actually have a... Oh,
it's a 3 as well.
That's funny.
All right. So this is in the middle of the, we can see the mainland off in the distance. There's this big thing, kind of moving along. You guys have dropped down. You guys have initiative. You guys get to go first. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Sasquatch.
All right. Well, I'm going to charge up to this one right here.
Okay.
And
boom. Let me put him in the
I think right now, nothing fancy. Just going to, fists together and kind of come down on him.
Nice. Okay. So go ahead and make a fighting check against him then. And then we'll compare the results of that to your blunt attack. Let's see. Whoa! 89. Good Lord. Okay. Now, shoot. We don't have an easy way of making that nice big thing, and I can't change the map without actually losing the map. However, give me a sec here. You know what I can do? And again, the miracles of Roll20. Let me do this. I am going to add. Where is it? Boom, on the bottom. How's that? Hey?
Yeah.
Look at that. You can put it on the map layer so it's underneath you. Boom.
Nice.
This is not my first time to the rodeo. So how do we do here on your...
That's a slam.
Slam. Nice. So what that means is this thing needs to make an endurance feat. And it's got fucking huge endurance. So you slam this thing. Let me see here. It's a yellow result on slam. Staggered. So you come racing in. How much? What's your strength again? Is it monstrous?
My strength is 75.
Monstrous. Okay. It's easier for me, guys, if you just use the column, because I know what I've got 30 years worth of memorizing this stupid game, so I know exactly what those numbers are. Oh man. Okay. So you slam this thing. It's made of really, really fucking stern stuff. Like this thing is. Let me. You know what I'll do is I'm going to make a little chart for myself so I can track it on here. Boom. All right. So you bang hit this thing and you think for sure, like this should have, in the same way that you toss that last one off the deck, when you hit and hammer this thing, it sends it back and kind of like its metal shod feet leave these sparks off the ground. And it's now about 6 feet away from you. You're no longer engaged, but it Yeah, it's not knocked back nearly as far as what you expected. This is both heavier and of much sturdier material than you thought. Okay, so that was Sasquatch. Vindicator, what are you doing?
Okay, so I move one segment. And
You move a lot more than that, right?
Yeah, your move
I know, but I'm
is
just
like
trying to shoot this guy right in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
okay, yep.
So then,
Sorry, the one in like the just directly above you, or the one that's in this area over here.
oh, can I not see this one?
Yeah, you can see them. You can shoot either of them.
Yeah, I'm shooting that one. Right there.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll. So this will be a let's see here.
Come on.
This will be a agility check. Yeah. Ooh. 66 against good is green. That's a hit. So this blast from your energy suit. How much damage does it do?
Where does it tell you that?
On character sheet. Let's see here. I think it does incredible force. Yeah, incredible force. All right. So what you
Is that on Heather's sheet? Or
it's on on the Vindicator.
Oh, that's why I'm looking at the wrong sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, not on Heather, on Vindicator.
Right.
Okay. So you got a range of 10 areas with it as well too. So you blast this bluish. Oh, you said it kind of like shimmers, or there's a blue blast and then it kind of disappears until it hits. Is that how you were describing it last time?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that and it hits this thing, and there's this. It's the sound of like a hammer ringing off of something. Boom. And this thing is made of pretty fucking strong material. You definitely hit it. It doesn't appear that it affected it at all. So you still have plenty of move left. So if you want to like reposition yourself, go nuts. With your speed, your shift X, aren't you? Your flight.
Yeah. So I'll move there. I'll continue along. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Position yourself wherever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it is their turn. All right. So let's see here. The Chitauri Dreadnoughts. Well, first, the one in front of you, Sasquatch, it kind of, it looks at you with that weird triangular kind of like alien face, and it kind of, you hear a chung of something loading in its arms, and it reaches forward, and there's this burst of flame, this gout that just jets out at you. Let's hear it. 23. I don't think that's good enough. But you are too quick, or you've stepped out of the way. Boom, 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 and it just kind of flames around. The other one, I think, is going to do the same thing. And 39. That's not good enough. Its agility is excellent. Nope. So these two things are basically like letting the whole deck afire. And you're just loping back, kind of back and forth, keeping out of the way of their flames. Glad you weren't hit. The other two.
I've been practicing with Section H, getting my fight skills up. Department H.
Yeah.
Department H. Yeah.
Okay. Then it is on. Let's see here. Their turn. We've got one. Will turn towards you. Their Vindicator. The one looks up, and then its jaw kind of like opens out, and there's this white spray that comes out of it. And it's a 91. That ain't good. All right, so that's only a yellow energy bullseye, a bullseye result. Okay, so what happens is there's this, like, it's basically a jet of like liquid nitrogen, like aerosol liquid nitrogen that cracks around your shield. What is the rating of your force field?
Rating. These are tough questions, Kev. I don't know.
Sorry, I think it'll be under the character sheet. Should be your.
It just says energy bolts, incredible, flight shift X, digging 3 per round.
Does it not
I
have your
don't
force?
see force field on there at all.
Uh-oh. What kind of fucking person set this up for you? What a dummy. So what you can do is you can add a new power, because you do actually have this.
Okay.
You have a force field that provides amazing protection from physical attacks and incredible protection from energy attacks. So that means it's 50 against physical, 40 against energy. Unfortunately, cold counts as energy, which means
Incredible
that
is 40
yeah.
against energy.
Yeah, so you have 50 against, it's amazing 50 against physical attacks and incredible 40 versus energy. Now, force fields in this game work a little different from body armor. Body armor just reduces the amount of damage you take from stuff flat. Force fields do sort of the same thing, but if you take damage that exceeds the force field, it and drops. And then you need to take a non-standard action to reactivate the thing again. So it's an easy. You can take a non-standard action as basically a free action, and then still attack and still move. But it means that if you lose initiative and they get an attack on you, your force field will be down.
Okay.
Okay. Now, would you kindly give me an intuition feat, Heather? So see if you can get a sense of something here.
Intuition feat.
Nope. Okay. No problem. Oh, hey, this is actually a good opportunity, not because I want you to spend it, but I've decided on, Jeff, last time we played, you mentioned that you wanted to see maybe a little more control over the dice results.
Yeah.
Well, never let it be said that I don't pay attention to my players. So what I've decided is further to that kind of that flip mechanic that I loved from Zweihander, what you can do is you can spend 20 karma to flip the dice.
Oh, right. Yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah, I think that feels like a good enough number. So, you would spend up to 20 if it's, within close of bumping up a level. But if you really need a Hail Mary and you do have a good enough roll that would result in a success, 20 points seems like a good trade-off.
Yeah.
So again, not saying you need to do that on a effectively a perception check, but
right. Yeah,
keep that as one of your tools in your arsenal. So what happens as this rime frost kind of like forms over the force field, and then it bursts, you actually take 10 points of damage. And you kind of scream, and then the field is down. Holy shit, that's cold. And that was only one of them.
Right.
The other one,
10 points of damage.
You took 10 points. Yeah, so take it off your token, and it'll update on your character sheet.
Assuming this is my health.
The red one's your health. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the other one turns, and it looks up at you, and you hear this trunk from its forearm, and as it's tracing along, it kind of again makes that Chitauri cry, and something is launched from its arm, and this massive spike comes hurtling towards you, and it hits, and it cuts you. You take 6 points of damage. If that thing had been a more, it's basically a picture like a steel javelin. That's effectively what was just fired at you.
Wow.
That is the end of the Chitauri. The soldiers are kind of, all crying out like, help us, help us. And, okay, so then at the end of the round, guys, let's declare what we're doing next round, and let's get it on. You guys can feel free to talk tactics as well too. Your characters have comm units on, and remember, it's effectively like a free action you take on your turn, Heather, to reactivate your force field. Okay, so you need to beat my 4. Once you guys declare.
Oh yeah. So you said that it takes reactivate.
Yeah.
Forces.
Yeah. But again, that's not your action. You can still attack. You can still move. And just because the map is, it only covers this area, don't feel restricted by just this immediate area too. If you want to, we can drop into
can
kind
I still
of
move and shoot and activate.
Yep, Absolutely. The only risk is that they, if they win initiative, they get to act before you.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So then what you're going to be doing is, Arlo, you're going to try and grapple with this guy now.
Well, I want to specifically use the charging because that uses endurance.
Oh, yeah.
And my endurance is pretty good, so I think I can just sort of smack into him and try to slam him backwards.
Okay, cool. Yep, that'll absolutely work. Okay.
And then I'm going to start grappling him.
Nice. Yeah, and that I can fucking picture that in my head. You're a good head or so taller than these things. These things are definitely bigger than men, right? They're about 7 feet, 7.5 feet tall, but you're still another 1.5 taller than these things.
Yeah.
Okay. Reactivate. Okay, good. Then Heather, you're up for initiative. Beat my 4. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Which of you guys want to go first?
Well, you can keep going first there.
Yeah. All right. I will try to 56 on
Nice.
amazing. 56. That is just barely yellow.
Hell yeah.
That's what
Okay,
I wanted.
nice.
All
And
right.
that is
So,
a slam. So let me make an endurance check for these guys. They do have really good endurance, unfortunately. That's a 72.
Oh, well then.
But you know what? You do stagger him. He is thrown back a little bit, so he's basically on the edge. You slam him back, and you can picture there's like a. Let me move him to the back so you're on top there. You hit him, and there's that metal kind of piping or whatever on the edge that serves as the edge or the railing. Bang! Hits up against it and smashes through it. So it's now basically like an open. He's open and ready to fall down. It's only because they're just so heavy and so sturdy that he resists it. Vindicator, what are you doing?
I got one on the ropes.
I'm continuing to move over by these sailors. I'm reactivating my force field, and I am shooting at this Centauri.
You know what I'm going to do, too, between now and the next session, guys, is I'm going to put together a checklist for you guys for karma rewards. So you guys can track them. When you make me laugh or when you stump me or whatever else. Oh, that ain't good.
No, that ain't. It says it's good, but it ain't good.
Okay, so you fly along and what does it look like as you reactivate the shield?
I think that the energy comes out of the gauntlets of her suit, and it looks like she's about to fire a blast, but it sort of just fires and then surrounds her.
Nice. So, and then you train the blast down on these guys, but unfortunately they are too. They're moving towards you, I guess, at this point. So the one is running along, and what's he going to do? How you're still? Are you on the deck there, Vindicator? Are you hovering or what?
I'm above the deck,
above the deck. Okay.
Yeah. So
I think it's going to. It'll use one more round of that Freon gas. It seemed to think it was pretty effective the first time, but you felt that once before. You don't want to feel it again. So you're sort of flying in one direction, and you see its jaw, open up, and then you stop suddenly, and there's this spray of this white mist in front of you. You can hear the crackling of the air of how cold it is, and then you see this thing kind of, and this container kind of gets ejected from its throat. It seems to be empty, bonk, as it hits the ground. The other one is tracking the distance that you're going, and it is going to carry on with its the same attack. But it fires and goes wide. You with your deking to get out of the way of the Freon blast, it flies past you and out to sea. The ones with Sam Squatch. Let's see here. What is he going to do? One of them is just going to run forward and try and hit you. It doesn't like that one that you hit. It races forward and tries to slam into you. But what does it look like as you easily move it out of the way?
Oh, I think I just, catch his arm and
Nice.
sort of knock him backwards.
Okay. And then the one behind you Oh, interesting. Its eyes, you can't see this, but its eyes kind of sink into the back, and we hear and this different looking set of eyes come out. And then there's this kind of shimmering green field that shoots out from it. 72. That's a bullseye. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh, just barely. Shoot. So it and it hits you right in the kind of the base of the spine. What I need you to go for, what is your body armor?
Body armor. I have remarkable versus physical, good versus energy.
Good versus energy. Okay. So first you take, there's a burning sensation, and you take 30 points of damage. That gets through your armor. You don't have any resistances, do you?
I have resistance to cold.
To cold. Okay. So that's not helpful here. Now what I need you to do is, I think, give me, please, a psyche feat.
All right.
Oh boy.
What's that's okay? Well, I can spend 2 points of karma to boost it at least to green, if that will help.
So remember, we're using the rules where that first one is kind of like a partial success.
Oh, so spend a little more to get.
Well, I mean, so here's partial success is, no, I don't think. I think that it's if you get a partial success, it'll be good enough to resist whatever might be happening here.
Okay, well then I'm gonna spend the points of karma to get a partial.
Go ahead.
Success.
Would you kindly give me an intuition check as well too, and I'm gonna give you +1 column shift with it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is you're hit by this thing, and you kind of, and for a split second, your yellowed eyes turn. They sort of like, it's like a spreading liquid where they turn green, and then you back to the regular yellow color. From the, the sensation. That thing just hit you with gamma energy. So that is the end of their round, guys. What do you want to do? Declare your actions, and then we'll roll initiative.
So I have claws that do remarkable damage. Do I have to choose to use strength or claws?
Yeah,
to do
you choose
damage?
strength or claws.
Okay.
Claws. So the reason the reason you would ever use those things is because the results for an edge attack can be a lot more lethal, and they can have different you can stun with an edged attack, whereas it a lot more easily than you can with a blunt attack.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
Do I have any other attacks or no?
You do not. What you can do though is you can try and you've got incredible or remarkable strength as well too. So with a yellow feat, you could lift up to a ton.
Right.
And you could do 30 points of damage with a melee attack. You can also try and be creative. Like, one of the cool things with being superhero characters in a superhero RPG is you can really be creative with and think creative, big scale with your powers. Try and make use of your environment. The Marvel comics are replete with examples of people who are forced to punch well above your weight. There's a seminal issue of Spider-Man where he has to deal with the Juggernaut.
Could I rip up the floor to flip this one off the edge that's right next to me?
That sounds like something you could do if you win initiative. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Does that help you give ideas though, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, do you want me to ask if I can do it before I type it in?
No. You can go ahead. We'll sort of interpret.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the fun. I mean, that is one of the things that's super cool about, this stuff is, it's always infuriating for me, when you're watching a superhero movie and all they really do is blast each other. It's like, the comics writers are so much more creative than this. Take one for lunch and get ideas for what they could do. And Marvel, in fairness, Marvel films are usually really fucking good about that. dig through the. So like you want to make it fall down into the deck.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me. Okay. All right. So then, Heather, you are rolling initiative. You're going to beat my. Oh fuck! Beat my 10.
Ooh. It's pretty high.
It's pretty high. Here it comes. Oh. Okay. So they're up first. All right. I'll go in reverse order. So the one behind Sasquatch is going to continue to try to continue, hitting you with this. Nope. You sort of, as soon as you get that sensation, it's like, touching a plate that's hot. And you immediately ducked away from that. You do not want to experience that again. So those gamma beams they miss you. The one that was fighting you, though, tries to hit you again. Nope. That's a flat miss. And then the two that are facing you there, Vindicator. So one of them ran out of his Freon. So he will, and you're only one area away. He moves his hands up, and then you hear this ka-chunk, and then this jet of flame comes out of the end of them. If he's not trying to, that looks like it's going to hit. If he's not trying to freeze you, he's trying to hit you. That's a bullseye. What is your force field versus energy?
Oh, whoops. Wrong thing. Force field versus energy was incredible.
Okay, so you've thought of, you sort of see this like tactical display, display how you're going to dig under this thing, but then this thing moves faster than you're able to react. This flame comes out, and you kind of, put your hand up, and you can see on the gauges, there's like right in the red is where this thing is. But the shield holds. You take no damage from this.
Phew.
And the other one has given up on its javelins. No, it still doesn't actually hit you with it, so it's going to fire again. Misses again. So the maybe it's harder to see in the flame, but anyway, that's all the Chitauri. Oh yeah, they've all gone. So you guys, who wants to go first?
How would I resolve it? So I'm picturing we're at the
Strength.
sort of huge levels of strength that metal moves like cloth, right? That it's
no, because this is not like like aluminum siding or something like that. This is still, it's the plating you would use on a tanker. So it's going to take you some. So give me a. It'll only be a green. Oh, actually, let's do this here. Let's take a look at the material strength table. Because that'll help me inform rather than my bullshittery. Let's take a look at what the writer's bullshittery is. That's for sure going to be a green result. Yeah, as long as you give me a green result on your strength check, you're good.
Damn it. That's not. I mean, it's still nope. It's I can spend a couple points of karma.
I think it's only 1 point you need, right?
1 point of karma to get a green result. Yes.
No problem. So you grab this thing. That one kind of swings at you, and it swings at you again, and you sort of stagger back. You look down. You grab the deck and wrench this thing up. I'm going to let it make a agility feat. So what do you do with the deck? Are you just kind of throwing it over the side?
I'm just like grabbing a plate and just sort of tossing it forward.
Okay. He goes flying over the side, but it does, as he's going down, you hear this shank as it kind of digs its claws into the side of the hull, scratches down, and then it looks up, and you see its jaw sort of, or the viewers would see that canister that was used on Heather before has now come into place, and it's going to start moving its way up. Vindicator, what are you doing?
I'm going to use my dig skill.
Okay.
And I can do 3 areas per round, and I'm going to dig into the hull of the ship.
So what will give us a description of kind of what you're foreseeing here?
So I'm foreseeing diving, so I'm just below the ship or right at the level of the surface, flying through the deck of the ship, through this guy and this guy, and ending up over here somewhere. And they'll fall through into the decks of the ship.
Okay, yeah. All right. Do this for me. give me an because charging is endurance. So why don't you give me an endurance check, or feat, and it'll just be green in order to.
Endurance.
Is
the ship gonna have to start making endurance checks to actually stay afloat?
I'm assuming that this is above. This is inside the hull.
Okay.
Yeah. How'd you do?
Excellent at 68, which is green. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you spend 3, you'd get an orange or a yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well. I'll spend 3 points on that.
Okay. So then, each of them you sort of boom, 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 smash through, and then boom, come up the top of the hull. And when you look over, they've each fallen down. And I'll put little tokens on them. They are now down, in the hull. Boom, boom, one at a time, they fall down. The sailors are kind of like, yeah. Okay, then that is, I think, the end of the round, guys, because you guys have lost initiative. Go ahead and declare actions, and then roll in. Oh, beat my 2. What do you guys think in this round? Nice. Punch the north one. You got it.
Yeah, I got him. I got one of them over the side, so he's out of action for a little bit. The other one, I'm going to go back and punch. And then once I'm thinking I might be able to use some grappling at some point.
Nice. Yeah, that is pretty scary with big, strong characters.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, then go ahead and roll initiative, Heather. This is the first I've had to crack out my fan. Can you guys hear it going in the background, or is the mic not picking it up?
I can't.
Not really. I can't hear it.
Okay. Or you can or cannot?
I cannot.
Oh, okay, great. I would turn it off if it was too bad. Oh, but you do win. So you win initiative. So, guys, what are you guys going to do first?
Well, here, I'll do mine.
Sure.
Okay.
Come up there. Fighting roll. That's not very good.
Oh, it's not good.
That needs.
What's your fighting? You don't have any martial arts, do you?
I don't think I have any martial arts.
No.
Do I have no martial arts? So I guess I'm going to spend some karma to connect.
Now let's see here. It's remarkable. You rolled 27, so you get to a green. Is only going to cost you 9.
Yep.
Yeah. You could also spend 20 if you want to flip it, and that would give you a slam.
Why don't we do that? That sounds more fun.
That works for me. I mean, they're bound to. The difficulty is here, like and I won't be doing this every time you guys fight something, but just so you understand, their endurance is monstrous.
Yeah. So
it's really hard to slam these things. However, when your DM rolls dog shit, give me a. Oh man! So it's a grand slam. I can't remember what a grand slam result does. I'm going to bring my copy of Marvel Superheroes to with me to Winnipeg, Jeff, just so you can see just how fucking well worn my copy of the player's book is. Or maybe I'm bringing it because this is what we're playing on the Gaming Marathon. Who knows?
That would not surprise me.
I did make a fairly last-minute decision 2 years ago, too. Okay. What's here? Grand Slam. Sorry, I gotta look under the slam results. Target is knocked away with a speed equal to the strength of the attacker taken as ground speed. Holy crap. So that means 9 areas. Bam! So first off, he takes damage. So let's not forget that. I hit the wrong thing. And 50 release. There we go. However, what does it look like as this thing goes flying off into the sea?
Well, I'm thinking that I was actually thinking I might send him this way and have him bounce off the sort of built up section, have him go sort of flying over the whole length of the ship.
Yep, that works for me.
Yeah. So come around, big wide haymaker punch, and you can see this Chitauri goes completely limp, slow motion flying through the air, goes bouncing off the side of the ship and off into the ocean. And this,
nice.
Sasquatch buzzes in. All right, that's one popsicle. 3 more to go.
Nice. Vindicator, what are you doing?
Okay, I am moving over to these sailors, and I don't know how many of you I can pick up. At least 2, probably.
If you can get you can get 1 in each arm, and you can kind of get 1 to crawl on your back. I figure.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
that would work.
Give me a strength feat, please. You just need a green result on this.
Strength.
Because the combined weight of these guys is like.
Yep, that'll
nice.
do.
Oh, easily. Yeah. In fact, I mean, that's a red result, I think. What other cool thing you wanna do here?
I'm just gonna say that it's she just like easily scoops them up, and maybe it was so easy. Maybe I'll like move after that as well.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So I'll
Maybe
take them off for safety.
I was going to suggest it might be funny if I hit that Chitauri in that direction, because I'm trying to set up like an alley-oop with you, and you punch him as he goes flying by or something.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you can just unleash with your blast. Maybe it's coming towards him, and you just redirect the thing. You don't seem to be able to damage these things, but you certainly are able to knock them around, especially when they're airborne. Okay, cool. Yeah. So then, Vindicator, you're flying off. Where are you thinking of taking these guys?
Well, just somewhere a distance away from the ship where they're safe. So, I mean, with the speed that I have, it's probably like, I don't know, 200 meters away or 300 meters away over.
Are you just dropping them in the water?
Oh, it's all water everywhere.
Yeah. Although
I was picturing the ice because of the picture at the beginning. But
so that was a flashback to about.
I know. I'm just thinking that's what I was picturing.
Oh, sorry. No. It's summertime. Remember, you read the
where am I going to take them? So how far away from the land are we?
Well, I'm just going to double check to see what your move is. So you can fly 50 areas around. And at 750 an hour. I mean, you can't fly at 750 miles an hour with these guys unexposed. What you could say, because I think I heard you tell me this, Jeff, was that you're going to tap into the maritime frequencies, because you did the foresight to do that, right?
Right, of course.
And see if there's a Coast Guard ship that's on the way.
Right. So I might have thought to do something like that if I was seeing that it was water and not ice.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's a Coast Guard ship that was when they were calling in their SOS. There's probably one on the way. So so you've tapped into that. Why don't you do this? Give me a D10 roll, and we'll see how many rounds it takes you to get them to drop them off and get back.
Sure.
See how much of a head start the Coast Guard had. 8 rounds. Okay, so we'll count that down. So you start flying off. You can see, and when you see on your kind of head-up display where the ship is, you're just like, God damn it. When you burst and you're off in that direction. Sasquatch, you may be on your own here. Although you do see zip down behind you, I think someone else. And that is, of course, Jean-Paul Beaubier, a.k.a. North Star. He zips down, and he picks up one of the guys. When you sort of look over, he says, "You have this." And poof, he disappears with one of the sailors. Okay, guys. So that's the end of the. Oh no, the dreadnoughts haven't gone yet. So the dreadnought on the side of the ship, plank, and pulls itself up through that break, the broken bit in the hull, and gets back on deck. It's ready to come towards you. I think that's all of its action, the climbing. I'm not going to let it make an attack as well, too. And the 2 ones that were on the bottom level there, wow, they leap up. You hear this banging and crashing around of metal, and they leap back up on the deck. Wow, hoping to, in the same areas, hoping to get at the sailors, but unfortunately, the sailors have been rescued. So I'm going to make intuition checks for them and see if they can actually act this round. Their intuition is not great. Okay, one of them can. The other one can. So they do, I guess they sit down and there's sort of this like, this sort of, I don't know, like their head cocks to the side. When they look back and they both turn kind of simultaneously and see Sasquatch smashing away, at this other one. And it looks as if they're going to be going down to see him next. So guys, let's declare actions and then roll initiative. You don't need to worry about actions, Jeff. Maybe, right. You know what you could do? Put in the countdown. So it's now 7.
Sure. Yeah, I'll put that in every time.
And then once Sasquatch declares his actions, you need to beat my 3.
Do I? So I hit this guy once before, right? Do I have any sense of kind of how beat up he is?
You do not, and I think that you actually didn't hit him. You tore the deck up and tossed him.
Oh
over.
Yes, I tossed him overboard, but I didn't actually hit him.
The other guy you did.
Yeah,
they're made of pretty, like, you're hurting them. You can see that their body armor is kind of going in, but they're made of pretty fucking stern stuff.
So so claws would be making edge attacks instead of blunt attacks.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. What does the stun do?
Stun means, what like it is in other games. I have to make an endurance check. And then depending on what the result is, I may lose 1 to 10 rounds. I may lose 1 round, or it may have no effect.
Okay, well then that seems like the thing to do is start hitting. I'm gonna hit.
Okay.
Hit the bottom one with claws.
Okay, excellent. All right, so let's Heather, go ahead and give us an initiative check. Let's see who goes first here. Whether it's the freezing 10. Ooh, yeah, you're nice. Definitely going first. All right, so Sasquatch, you're up first. What are you doing?
All right, Sasquatch in, fighting check. Roll that.
Big money.
Remarkable.
8.
4.
Green result. Okay, so you bring the claws down against this thing. There's sparks that fly as you scratch across it, but you don't think apart from like running it along the surface, there doesn't appear to be any effect on it.
Okay.
Okay, their turn. So this thing has you right in place now. The jaw kind of unhinges a bit, and this burst of that is a bullseye. Now we have to talk about resistance. So before we apply, what is your resistance to cold?
I have remarkable resistance, excellent resistance to cold.
Okay, let's see here. This damage is amazing. So would you kindly give me a remarkable feat check, please? Feat roll.
Remarkable feat roll?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to roll anything. We're just going to compare it to a remarkable.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, wow. Is that red?
Pretty good. That is red.
Sweet. Okay, that's what you needed. So because it is basically what you're doing, remember how we do contested rolls? Because this one is higher than it, so what happens now is you take no damage from the cold. That's the way resistance works, is you first make the test, and then even if you failed that, you'd still be able to subtract your resistance as if it was body armor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nice. It's really cool. So it sprays us across you, and we kind of lose you in the white cloud of this Freon. And then as it clears, we see you standing there unaffected. What do you do?
Is it my turn?
No. So we have some give you a chance to react to this.
I think just almost like a dog, just kind of shake it off, and I probably got little bits of the frosty stuff is sitting on my fur. Toss it off, and
that's correct. All right, from the other end of the ship, plank, 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 plank. These things come running up towards you. And let's see here. One of them has no Freon left. You know what? They're all going to come running into melee. And because there's so many of them, they are going to be getting advantages on you now. So let's see here. One of them is going to attack. Let's see here. Oh, nat 100. Holy smokes. Bam. But let's see here. What is your body armor versus physical attacks?
I have remarkable body armor versus physical.
They do incredible damage. Shit. Okay, so one of them, I think these guys fucking like sucker punch you. You sort of shake this off, and you hear this gong as one of them hits you right in the back of the head. So it's incredible damage, which means you take 10 points of damage. And then I need an endurance feat from you, please, to a resist stun. See if you see stars here.
Okay.
Oh no!
Ooh,
Oh no!
So I could spend 20 to make that 41, which would be a green.
Okay, which means you'd be stunned for 1 round.
Okay, well, I probably ought to do that. That's better than being stunned for however long I would be
1d10,
otherwise.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, so yeah. Spending 20 karma.
Okay.
Stunned for 1 round.
So you're hitting the back of the head by this thing. And then the other one is going to try and hit you. Nope. The other one, you sort of thrash out, and it's not able to get a really good angle on you. It cannot get an actual attack on. Holy crap. 3 dreadnoughts on you. And 6 more rounds for Heather. Okay, then Heather, would you... so you're going to count down. And Sasquatch, what are you doing this round? Oh, you're stunned this round.
I'm stunned, yeah.
Shit. All right, so it's going to be a round of you just sucking up hits from these guys, if they can hit. Let's see. Okay, number 1. Pow, 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 pow. 49, what is there? Fighting. Oh, another 10 points of damage, but no other effect. Go. 1. Oh, that's a possible. Would you kindly give me another endurance feat, please? Try and resist a slam. Nice. Oh, yeah.
That is yellow.
Yellow. So staggered. So one of them hits you and actually knocks you out of melee. So you're not quite in, like one of them hits you and you take 10 points of damage. Another hits you, you take another 10 points of damage. But this sort of knocks you back and you hit up against the deck. And then the other one that was breathing that Freon on you, it realizes that's not terribly effective. So it stomps forward and tries to, trying to gang up and kind of curb stomp you. 63. It's a hit, but not just another hit. Another 10 points of damage. Jeez. Bam, 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 bam. These guys are all just wailing on you. But then your eyes open. We see those green eyes, and the red iris is kind of getting bigger. Let's see what happens next. So, Heather, 5 more rounds for you. Sam Squatch, declare your actions.
It's so how many maximum attacks I can make per round? I can make 2 with a fighting roll.
Yep.
Or 3 with a worse fighting roll?
Yes, so if you get a yellow, what your fighting is what? A remarkable or incredible?
My fighting is remarkable.
Remarkable. Okay. So a yellow feat result will get you 2 attacks with no penalties, I think. I'll double check that. If you get a red, then it's 3 attacks.
All right. If I don't get a yellow, what's the penalty?
-3, I believe. -3 column shift. Yeah, it's pretty. It's worth. I mean, your chance of success.
I think it's worth it, but
for sure, yeah.
Okay.
Real.
Nothing fancy with the claws anymore. Just gonna hit him with fists and hope to get some breathing room.
Okay.
We got a 10.
Nice.
Okay, you guys are absolutely. Oh, let me see what I got here. I got a 9. So yeah, you're up first.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. Oh, so here's the thing. You actually make your fighting feat before we roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I mean, it doesn't really. You've already declared it anyway, so one way or the other, it don't really make a difference.
That is, I'm going to spend 9 points of karma to turn that into an actual yellow.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, these things are wailing on you. You've got 2 attacks this round. You're up first. What are we seeing?
So I think first thing I'm going to, as a free action, say, Jean-Paul, you dropped off the package yet? Because I'm hoping he can get these guys before Chitari beat me to a pulp.
On my way back, Walter. Are you not done with them yet?
They're a little tougher than they look.
Be tougher.
Okay, so
and you see him sort of, he reappears because he's on your turn too. Reappears, you look over and you're like, come on. And he's like, be stronger. You have this. And he disappears again.
Okay, so 1 punch.
Jean-Paul.
That's not so good. And nope. So that's just a straight miss. And I'm not going to spend the karma to turn it because that's not even a green if I do it to 31. Another one, That's better.
44. So it's green.
That is a green. Yeah. So yeah, against this one directly south of me.
Okay. So green. So yeah, you hit it, and the armor is bent in a little bit.
All right.
What is there? Oh yeah. Okay. And you can multi-attack on targets as well if you choose to.
Yeah.
Oh, you used
I tried
your
to hit
two.
him twice. I just only hit him once.
Okay. So all right, then it is their turn. They're still trying to lay the smackdown onto old Walter. Our Sasquatch has proven to be a big orange punching bag today. That is for sure a mess. That is a hit, but I don't know how good. Would you kindly give me another endurance feat?
Another endurance. That is that yellow? No.
49.
But I could spend. Is that another one round of stun if it's green?
Let's see here. That was no. This is a slam.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I'll just leave it.
Interesting. Oh, it depends on which one hits
green.
you. All right. Let me see here. Actually, it really, it does matter. Okay. So there's. I'm gonna roll a D3. Top one is number one, then down 2, and then 3 is the one on the edge of the ship.
For which direction they hit me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be. Bam! So you're going to be beaten down. You thrash out. You hit that one, and it kind of looks at you, and boom! It hits you, and you go flying up, and you sort of like your big Sasquatch, like ape-like arms, are kind of like whoa, 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 and you almost grab the side, and then sploosh down into the water. You don't take any damage.
Do I not even get like an agility roll to catch myself on the edge?
Not with a slam. Nope. No,
okay.
You're knocked clean off. Would you kindly give? Oh, you also take 20 points of damage from the hits from them as well too.
Oh,
yeah, that's after 20. Armor. So okay, so you splash down into the armor. And then oh my gosh, there's now a sailor who is undefended. All right. Next round, 4 rounds until Heather's back.
Yep.
Sasquatch, what are you doing this round?
Climbing up the side. If I can.
Okay. You can leap 3 areas. So I'll say that as long as you can like leap up onto the deck if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's you could, as long as you get purchase on the thing, you could leap yourself, throw yourself up. And let's see here. Yeah, so that's it. So then Heather, would you kindly roll initiative? Beat my 9.
Here we go.
Here we go. Come on. Plank. Oh, actually, you know what? They're going to do something different. So one of them is starting to make its way towards the sailor, and it's going to try and burn him. Oh, my. That's not a bullseye, but that's a hit. The sailor kind of screams in pain. Let's take a look for the sake of... he's not... I hope he's not dead. I hope he's not dead. Let's see here. So he's probably about equivalent to a tougher than a soldier, maybe about a firefighter. Firefighters have 42 health, and the flamethrowers do incredible fire damage, which means he has 2 points of health left. Covered in this stuff. The back of his jacket is all burning. He throws it off, and this thing keeps stomping towards him. The other 2 begin making their way towards the back of the ship, where the kind of the whatever it is, the not the cabin, the castle, the keep. I don't know what the fuck you call it. Whatever you call it, the building. I should really learn something about ships. I'll put that on my to-do list for my vacation. Okay, so that's what they're doing. Boom, boom, boom. And then it's your turns in the Sasquatch. You bang! and land back down on that deck.
And then I'm going to shout at this one. Hey, Ugly, we're not done.
Awesome. Give me... Yeah. Let's see here. Why don't you give me a psyche check, please? Let's see.
All right. Damn it. That's not so good.
What's your psyche?
Psyche is remarkable.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think maybe it doesn't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. 3 rounds.
Anticlimactic.
So, Heather, you're on your way back now from this.
Yeah.
3 rounds left for Heather. What do you do in this round, Sasquatch?
Charging the flamethrower.
Nice. Okay, works. Oh, nice. I rolled a 3, so you guys are up first. What are you doing?
All right. Coming in here, charging, using endurance.
Okay.
God damn it. I can spend 20 points to make that an 81, though.
You can,
and
81
is a yellow result. So I'm going to spend that 20 points of karma.
Yeah. Okay. So that brings you to, let me think here. That's charging. Yellow is a slam. Nice. Let's make an endurance check. Come on. Let's fail this thing. Dice. In fact, I'm going to use the shitty dice. So I've been using my...
the ones you didn't use for the Ash game?
So there's a set of dice I use for a lot of stuff, which is these ice blue guys. Yeah. They usually roll quite well. But I'm switching to my son's favorite dice, these toxic green suckers. Oh, you want to hear a little bit behind the scenes thing quickly? So you remember in our opening episode of this where there was that Roger Box's phone had that scream of R2 on it? That's Jaden's. That's my son. That's his ringtone.
Oh,
and it drives me nuts. So I told him I put it in, and I got this thing. He's like, "That's so great." Oh shit! I told him, "Hey, when I steal jokes, I steal from the best." So, all right. Now these things have a monstrous, oh boy, endurance, and I'm rolling for stun or slam.
For slam, yes.
Want to hear some good news? Slammed 1 area. Now you want to hear some bad news? I think there's a chance that it goes to the back of the ship. From the angle you were going, there's a good chance that the area would be off there. I'm going to leave it in your hands. I think that there is. Give me a percentile roll, and I think that there's a 30% chance that it'll be the same square as where the sailor is. Yes.
All right.
Okay. So you hit this thing and it goes flying over. And I think you do it sort of like a sumo kind of throw. I'm picturing, right? You hit it and then kind of, up and away. Okay. So this Chitauri dreadnought goes plunging down into the water and the sailor says, the others. And you sort of look across to the other end of the deck and there's Chitauri making their way towards whatever the castle is called, or forecastle? I don't know. I'm just making up words now. I'm just throwing out nautical terms. 2 rounds until Heather's back. Okay, then it is declare your action there, Sasquatch.
Yeah, so this is an oil tanker, right? So we can't just bomb it or something with the Chitauri on it. That would not be good.
If it probably has more crew members somewhere in the ship as well, too.
Oh, that too. That's not okay. Well,
you can picture this going back and forth between chatter. Sasquatch is just like, Heather, could we just blow this up? I can hit this thing pretty hard, and
or I could just grab the sailor and go leaping off into the ocean and let him, send fighters or something to shoot it with missiles. That's what I was thinking. But no, can I leap and attack?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Leap is just your movement.
Okay.
It's just like Heather's flying. Okay. So
all right, leap and punch ×2. I'm gonna do my fighting check.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not nope.
No. Okay, so you're at -3 class. You only attack once, and you're -3 classes.
Yep.
All right, and you are acting before them though, so there is that. So you leap across the ship, bang, down on the deck. They sort of all their heads snap around to see you. Wham!
All right. 50-50 to hit one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Boom. Is that a green result?
Just a green.
Okay. Wham! So yeah, it hits them. Oops, wrong thing. All right, and it's part of the armor on this chest plate kind of collapses in a bit. And it kind of snarls at you. For their turn, what are they going to do? One of them kind of sort of shifts itself in place, and then there's this lightning that begins playing across its surface, and it tries to hug you, and it succeeds. So it grapples you, and you lightning and electricity is playing across you. You take 50 points of energy damage. No, so hold on. What's your body armor versus energy?
Body armor versus energy is 10.
10. So 40 points of damage.
40 points. Okay.
The other one, the injured one, turns and smashes inside the castle or whatever it's called. Okay, Heather, it is one turn until you're back. Sasquatch, what are you doing?
Am I grappled, or did he let go of me after?
You are grabbed. Let's see here. He did roll incredibly well with his grapple. So you are. There's a partial grab on you.
Okay.
Which means that let's see here. I love how many different things we're getting to try out here.
Well, I was going to say, it looks like under escaping, I can roll with strength and try to reverse the hold.
Yeah.
Okay, that
so
seems...
Grappling partial hold indicates that he's got one arm, a leg, or something else. The target may perform any normal actions, but is at -2 column shifts. Penalty and may not move if the attacker's strength is equal to or greater than the target's. You are stronger than these things, so you can still move with this thing attached to you.
Oh, so I could just carry him along while I...
Yep. Well, sort of. I mean, the thing is that electric current is still running.
Yeah, he's going to keep shocking me. So I think I need to do the... Okay, I'm going to... All right, I'm going to escape the grapple is my thing to do.
George Flowers knows exactly where I got my Sam Squatch quote from. There's an episode of Trailer Park Boys, a proud Canadian production, where one of the characters keeps talking about Sam Squatches, and ever since I saw that episode, I can't get that out of my fucking head when I talk about Sasquatch. Escape the grapple. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Great. So let's see if they win the initiative. So
yeah.
I rolled a 3. Go, Heather. What's up, sweetie? No sneak attacks around these parts. Oh my goodness. Tied initiative. So that gives us a chance to look at the rules for breaking ties. Because I think they are... Oh, interesting. I guess move first. Roll initiative. There are no rules for ties. Pretty good. I mean, I'm just not. I may not be seeing it. Huh. So what we'll do is, yeah, there's not even a contemplation of possibly tying. What I'll do is we'll go 1 for 1 then. On that, then heroes will go first, but then we'll go 1 for 1. One of you guys will act, and the villain will act. And that'll just be our house rule for that going forward. Right. In this situation, obviously, Sasquatch is going to go first, and then Heather will be flying. But when we have more than one hero acting, that's the way we'll handle that. Okay, so right. Sasquatch, what are you doing? You're trying to escape?
Monster strength roll.
Oh.
64 is a yellow result.
Escape. So
For
you
escape.
throw him off.
Yeah.
What does it look like as you throw this electric charged Chitauri Dreadnought away from you?
I mean,
Or is it just like that?
I think just sort of, Sasquatch is looking pretty beat up at this point. He's not feeling so great. So I think he's kind of, maybe he's like convulsing a little bit from the electricity as he kind of throws out one arm and sort of shoves back the Chitauri Dreadnought.
So this thing steps back, and then it let's see here, how many times can it do that? Yeah, I think it's got the measure of your strength now. So it is going to try and bathe you in flame. Oh man, 91. Good Lord. That's a bullseye. So yeah, it's just covering every bit of you. The bullseye is that your pants are completely burned away. And you take you've got good resistance against energy.
I have, yes, good versus energy.
Good versus energy. So that means you take 30 points of damage as you are completely immolated. Man, oh man. Okay. So let's see here.
At least I'm back next round.
Yeah. And I need to, you know what? There needs to be a what do you call it? There needs to be a rule for second wind as well. We don't have that in here, but like that is such a superhero thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that I don't think it'll cost karma because they'll just let everyone do that. Let me see here. So one of the optional rules that they did is to make a endurance feat to try and soak up some or all of the damage. Let's see here. Okay, here's what I think we're going to do. Is what you can do is you can make a everyone can take a second wind, and this will be good guys and bad guys because I think I kind of like that being the up and down of combat is something I really love about Champions, and it won't break this game, I don't think. You make a what do you call it? A feat check, an endurance feat check. On a green, you gain half your endurance back in health. On a yellow, you gain your endurance back. On a red, you gain your endurance times 1.5.
All right.
How's that sound?
That would be very useful at this point.
Yeah, and I think, well, I mean, just a fair warning, bad guys will be able to do this too, but I think this will be an effective way of kind of modeling that fun up and down without having to delve into like healing mechanics.
Yeah.
And if that becomes, tedious, we'll deal with that. We'll get rid of it. But why don't you give me? Oh, actually, no. You have to take an action to do this. So you cast that guy off. He torched you this round. End of the round. What you can see is there is smoke billowing out from inside here. You think that maybe this guy's torching this thing from the inside. And as the end of the round, top of the round, Heather, I need you to stop putting numbers down. I need you to tell me what you're doing this round because you've come back.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? Oh, that's great. Okay. That looks pretty good. Is that a green one or is that? Is that what you roll there?
I didn't roll anything. I'm typing my action.
Right, strength was from something else. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, strength was for escaping.
Okay. Fly in, fire. Okay, on the back
on that
ones.
One.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. The ones in the you'll easily be able to fly in there. Okay, great. Then Heather, give me an initiative check, please. Oh, I rolled a 10.
Ooh.
Oh no. Okay, so the one that is in front of Sasquatch is going to keep on. That flame seems to be pretty effective against him. Whew. And however, oh my goodness. I missed it by 1 square. It's continuing to get at you, but you sort of like, barrel roll to the side, and the flame continues on where you were. You kind of smoke and burnt fur and shit, like an ember's kind of drifting off you.
I'm sure I just smell fucking terrible because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
all hairy and just
and you were just in the water too, so you're like wet dog with burnt hair.
Oh man,
a perfumer's dream. Okay, so that was it for the first one. The second one is continuing on with whatever it is doing. Okay, then it is your guys' turn. What do you want to do? Who wants to go first?
How about I try to grapple this one, because I'm gonna need you guys to come rescue me if I can't. All right. What? I do not succeed at grappling.
No, I think you are you start like racing towards us, and you kind of sort of stagger for a second, coughing, because you realize that like it's the fire has actually sucked out all the oxygen from your lungs. You kind of you don't quite get there. Heather, however,
yeah, I was gonna ask. Well, a secondary thing is Jean-Paul gonna come grab this last one?
Yes, he has.
All right.
Okay. And the thing about superheroes, I get to make all sorts of fun new sound effects for automatopoeia for them. Okay, so Vindicator, you go flying back. You see that Sasquatch is engaged with the other, and smoke is beginning to just billow out of this thing. You fly in there, and you can see that one of these Chitauri dreadnoughts is just, torching the inside of this. If you picture like the kind of like command center from like Captain Phillips. Imagine that, but completely ablaze, or from Winter Soldier, actually, for that matter. The sort of command room that Cap found Black Widow. What are you gonna do? You blast this dude?
Yeah, I got an 83.
Oh, nice. 83 looks like a bullseye. So let's talk about what a bullseye can do. Bullseye can see for a large bovine animal. It also means that energy. Bullseye, same damage as a hit. Is there something you want to hit? Like it's not going to do any like extra damage necessarily, but is there some sort of like? Well, here's what I'm going to say is, you know what? Your thing does incredible damage, right?
I believe that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's got, what I'm going to say is that you're actually able to damage this thing a bit, because your bullseye hit one of those. You know how the Chitauri have like armored plates and whatnot, and there's fleshy bits underneath?
Yeah.
You saw the effect that yours had before, so you sort of focus your beam, blast out, and it sort of knocks this thing to the side, and it looks or turns towards you. It is not pleased. I think that's, they get to act now. No, they won initiative, so they acted. So, end of round. Guys, we'll just finish up. Are you guys okay with just, I know we're past quitting time right now. You guys okay finishing up this encounter?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, great. So then, declare your actions, please. And then, Heather, once that's declared, try and beat my 5. What am I saying, try? I know you will.
Do it. Oh, whoops.
Nice.
I was supposed to say, I'm still firing at that guy.
Okay. So far there. Okay, cool. Then this, interesting. This means we're going to be trading back and forth. So which of you guys is going to go first?
Well, you go ahead, Sasquatch. You're in trouble there, so.
All right. I will. Once again, I'm just not feeling it today.
Oh, man. The dice
Serious
know
trouble.
that you spent so much karma early in the session.
Yep.
So, oh, man. So you're struggling against this, and it just seems like this took a lot more out of you than what you expected. You're staggering and coughing, trying to grab this thing, and it's keeping a distance. Okay, so one of them gets to go now. I think I'm going to go with the one inside, because that would make the most dramatic sense. Heather, this turns towards you. And let's see here. This is the one that was damaged. So this has used its Freon. It's used up its... Oh, you know what it's going to do is it's going to activate that gamma ray thing. So its eyes sort of fall in the back of its head, and you're and something else comes out, and you hear a sound as it completely misses you. You deke to the side. There's some scorching and whatnot on the side. Your sensors are kind of like the radiation sensors are going way, way up. Heather, your turn.
Okay. Come on, bullseye. Yes.
Whoa! Is that a red?
That might be a red.
91. No, not quite on good. Very, very
Oh,
close.
well, I'll just. It's 7 away. Yeah, I'll spend the 7.
Holy shit. Okay. So that is energy. Oh, man. Kill. Woo! Let's see. I rolled 3. Oh, man. So let's see here. Under kill. All right. So what is the kill result of no? Now these are semi-biological things, so that may result in some what do you call it? Karma loss. We'll see. Oh no, hold on. I rolled a 0. Yeah, okay, so that means it's using endurance loss. So what happened? What does this look like as you slam this thing against the wall, and then it begins slowly fading away?
I think that she's just seen that her attack was ineffective, so she just cranked her suit up sort of past the point that it should be, and it's almost like a little earthquake as it hits them.
Nice.
Like just like localized in a bubble.
You know, I'll give to you. So basically, your hit also, there's such a concussive blast that comes from it, it blows out the flames. Okay, and then the one on Sasquatch. It's got at least one more attack with fire. And that has been really effective, so I think it just keeps moving its fire gauntlets over. Oh, and I think that's a hit. 5, but only a green effect. Whew. So you take another 30 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm on 5 health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. This means then that we need to declare actions, and then we need to roll initiative. So you need to beat my 6, please.
Wait, is this one? You're saying this one's down, right, Kev?
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
Right. Vindicator just killed him.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So then you got yours. Oh no, a 4. Shoot. Okay, so then let's see. They're up first then. Man, okay. The one that is engaged with Sasquatch, I think, oh my gosh, it's only used its flame for 3 or 4 rounds, which means it's got at least one more. So it's going to try that again.
All right.
Here it comes. Oh boy. A 44 is a green result. You take 30 points of damage, which means, let's see. I think I need you to make an endurance check for me, please, as you slump down. Let's see here.
I can change what I'm doing then, right?
If you change what you're doing, you take a -1 or -2 column shift penalty. You are okay. Would you kindly give me a D10 roll, Sasquatch?
Oh, D10. Okay. An 8.
8. Okay. So you are, and then you roll an 80 on your endurance check. Oh, wow. 80 is
yellow.
Yellow. So no, that's great. So you're not being killed, which means you are stunned for 8 rounds. A character unconscious from the result of a stun regains consciousness in 1d10 turns. Character... Oh, badass. So after that, you get to make an endurance feat. If you succeed, you gain your endurance rank and health back.
After the 8 rounds.
After the 8 rounds, yeah.
Okay.
So you're down.
I'm out for a little while.
You're out for a little while.
Do you have a character sheet for North Star? Do you want me to take over him?
I don't know. And I think he's probably,
okay.
We're getting pretty close to the end here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, literally. Oh boy.
We're some of us are closer to the end than others.
You know what? No. You know what? This is a particularly awesome bit of this game is how quick and easy it is to do stuff. So let me see here. Did I make a character sheet?
If you do you have the stats on the PDF that you sent us?
I do. Yeah.
So you can just make a character sheet and I can fill in.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. While Jeff takes his action, let me so and this will be for North Star. How about I spell North Star correctly? It's correct. I'll put it in everybody's journals. Man, I love this game. It's just so easy to do this stuff. Plus, the dramatic arrival of North Star does fit with his whole Jean-Paul Baubier-ness. And again, that's played by Ezra Miller in our film version. Okay, but Heather, I've got one that's engaged with you. No, I don't. It's unconscious. So I'm done with my guys, or is dying. What are you doing, Vindicator?
Well,
why don't we say this to communicate the information? Why don't you? What's called? You're like one down, Walt. Where's yours, Walt?
Yeah,
you know something's wrong.
Yeah, so I'm going to move in and pick up Sasquatch. And what did you say I have to do by changing my action?
I think it's a.
I put move and assist Sasquatch, but I think if I see him fall, I would pick him up.
Yeah, so I think all it is if you changing actions is a 1 column shift penalty. So what I'll say is, so first off, it's a strength check to pick him up. And let's see, one of the benefits of these Marvel, universe handouts is they give you, it looks like everything, like height and weight and shit on there too. So we'll know how heavy Sasquatch is, which is kind of cool. Where is he? Where are you, Sasquatch? Such a big guy. How are you hiding? Come on. You big galoot. Where are you? Here you go. Sasquatch. His height and weight is not listed on here. Never mind. I'm going to say he probably weighs about your. So I'm going to say you need a remarkable feat. He's probably around like between the 800 and 200 pound range. So you need. You know what? With the 1 column shift, it's going to be you're rolling against excellent, and you need a red result. That's kind of getting that reflection. You trying to get a quick hold on him and carrying him.
Okay.
Here we go.
Strength, right?
Yeah. 62. It's excellent. Okay. To get a red result, you would need to spend 33 karma.
Yep. Let's do it.
Nice. So what does it look like as you grab him?
Well, I think she just like scoops him under his arms or whatever and lifts him up, and maybe even sort of extends her force field around him as she flies him away.
So that would be a feat. Your force field at default cannot do that. So you have to actually do that as an action, and there's a specific set of rules to kind of like try and do a stunt. But yeah, and I think because you were rushing it, you sort of grabbed him by one arm, and you're sort of carrying him like bad parent style, lugging him along with one arm.
Yeah,
but you definitely get him. So you can move him. Where do you want to move him?
I want to move him. Well, away from these guys, so like I'm
So you
gonna
could just, I mean, you certainly have enough move. You
Yeah.
could fly him to the far end of the ship and dump him there
right.
if you
Yeah,
want.
let's do that.
Okay. Donk. Okay. And just as a reminder, too, your Force Blasts have a range of 10 areas.
Okay. Oh, so I can fire from here.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And, okay, so then it is, let's see here. I think that you guys, did you win initiative or did you lose initiative?
Didn't we? We lost.
Yeah, you lost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's torched you. Okay, so that is the end of the round then. Walt, so you were down to 7 rounds, so you lose regain consciousness. We'll have Jean-Paul act this turn. Oh, and let me check what. Where's he? Jean-Paul's. No, his intuition is not great. I thought because
I need you to give me control of North Star's token if I'm going to play.
Oh, I need to make a token for him.
Oh, okay.
So, that's just an image I took down. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there
we go. Yeah. And I got that one.
Yeah, just don't move him just yet. I'm just gonna set up.
I'll set him
up with health and karma and stuff. Cool. So nameplate, name, bar. Nope, wrong one. Bar. Boom. How's that?
That's great. Is there like a flight charge maneuver?
Yeah, I mean it would be you could ram into people. The downside is I think you do like slamming into people with your speed. There's a potential if they've got body armor, you might take damage equal to their body armor. And you know that Sasquatch has been hitting these things pretty tough. So if you slam into them, it's like charging is usually something that against big tough guys is you want to kind of restrict it to big tough guys. Let's see here. What is I'll take a look here though. Charging. Sun is setting as we're playing too. And slowly fading into darkness. I feel Cthulhu coming in. The attacker may inflict up to his endurance or body armor in damage, but the additional damage from speed is fixed. So if you get a hit on it, you inflict damage equal to your current endurance or your body armor, whichever one's higher, plus 2 points of additional damage for every area covered in the attack. If the defender's body armor is greater than the damage inflicted on the attacker or by the attacker, the damage is rebounded onto the attacker. The attacker's body armor, if the attacker's body armor is greater than the rebounded damage, then neither side takes damage. So basically, what's your you got Shift Z move, right?
Yeah.
So Shift Z
Mach 10.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. So Shift Z is 200 areas. So that's an extra 100 damage. If you came in full tilt against this thing, one extra 100 points of damage. Plus, what's your endurance?
My endurance
remarkable?
Is remarkable. Yeah.
So if let's say you get one full, charge in here, you could do 130 points of damage on the charge, and so long as you hit, then you will not take damage from it if it exceeds their body armor. 130, that would have to be Shift X body armor.
Yeah. All right, that sounds pretty good.
It's a pretty dramatic way to end it too.
Yeah.
So it'll be your. Let's see here. Okay, that sounds great. Let's roll initiatizing. I only rolled a 3. So Heather.
On Vindicator.
Come on. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my god.
Okay, so these things are going to move first. They're basically like racing across the length of the deck. Whang, 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 whang. And I think they're just going to rely on their spiky spikes. Let's see here. So 89. That might see here. 89 versus excellent. Oh, bullseye. So one of them hits you, but it doesn't get past the force field. Same thing with the other one. Both of them. So both of the javelins that are fired out from their forearms hit you, and you can kind of picture that they're doing it as they run along. Chunk, chunk. Both of them hit your force field, but do not pierce it. Now, you guys, who wants to go first? Oh, you know what? There's only one. Sorry, I'm cheating here. All right, guys. Should mark the tokens. Come on, Kev. What are you doing? All right, then who wants to go first? Vindicator or North Star?
Yeah, go ahead, North Star. Get some vengeance on this piece of
All
crap.
right. Flying in, making a. So what do I use to roll? Do I use endurance like a normal charge, or do I get
so.
to
Let me double
use?
check.
Okay. Because if I get to use my flight power, that would be nice.
No, I think it's endurance.
All right.
What the flight does is it allows you to
allows me to do that wicked high
to get that
damage
massive damage bonus to it. All right, come on. 55.
30. That's good enough for a green.
Nice. Okay, so you slam into this thing. Wow! It spins around. Wow. So you did in total, what did we say, 130?
130 minus
130
body
points of damage. Okay, this thing is pretty damn tough. You like there's bits of it that have been thrown off, but because of that body armor, it does reduce it fairly significantly. So, and it's still holding together. It's pretty messed up, but it's not. You would not say that it is bloodied even. Okay, Vindicator, what are you doing?
Firing.
Oh,
man!
Holy shit! Is that another red result?
Yep.
No, you need to spend 1 point of karma.
Oh, okay, 1 point. Done.
Because you're a Jody's good, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you look at this thing. Let's see here. Oh, man. Okay, so you fire at this, and what does it look like as you... Is this sort of like the scene from Age of Ultron where it's sort of like torn to bits as, as the energy ray tears it apart?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. There's this invisible waves of force that hit this thing, and you see the deck around it kind of gong, gong, down a bit, and what do you call it? Then this thing sort of files against the ground, and bits of it are just being torn a bit, no doubt shaken loose by North Star's incredible fucking charge. All of the Chitauri dreadnoughts are down. Okay. So I think like we'll just fast forward a bit to where Walt. Give me a endurance check, please.
Yep. Endurance.
And you start from 0 health, not from the negative. For whatever you regain.
Endurance 50, 31. Okay, a green result.
Green result. Okay, which means you what did it say? You gain your endurance back as long as you get a success. So yeah, you get 50 hit. You're now at 50 hit points or 50 health. So what does it look like as you sort of stagger awake and stagger back to your feet?
I think just you can see Walt as the Sasquatch. He was kind of I don't know if he was entirely unconscious or just kind of completely out of it, like rolling around on the ground trying to put out the fires and stuff since he got blasted with the flamethrower. And he's starting to come back, kind of pushes his I'm imagining almost like pulling off blasted chunks of fur and stuff. And standing up and okay, all right, I'm back.
Okay. So then you see Jean-Paul kind of zips back over, and he looks down at you, Walt, and says, "See, that was not so hard. Why did you not do that?" And Vindicator, you're about to say something when you hear something over the comm. And it's Jeremy. It's General Clark. Again, remember, General Clark is played in our version of the game by where is he? Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, and he says, Heather, where are you? Have you dealt with that situation on the boat? Ship, I guess he'd say. Heather?
Yes, yeah. We got it. Sorry.
You've got to get back to Toronto immediately.
What's going on?
The Chitauri. They're attacking Toronto.
Oh, God.
Now, I'd like you to give me both Sasquatch and Vindicator. Give me a reason check, please.
Okay.
Or feat. Reason feat.
Sasquatch.
Use the nomenclature
nope.
for the game, Kev. Come on.
Oop, and North Star's reason is not good. Oh wait, did you say
North Star's
Vindicator?
North Star can't make it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. 28. Is that enough to get a green? Not that remarkable.
20 points. And
Use to flip it. Oh yeah. Okay. Then that's 82 is a yellow. That's amazing. Okay. So Heather, you sort of are thinking for a second, like, wait a minute, knowing that you were going to be the leader of this team and knowing that the scale of threats, like the two largest threats that you're aware of right now that have manifested in the Marvel universe, apart from like small individual things where like an individual superhuman, tore up the Bronx or whatever. Those two things are the most recent attack that was on London, which seemed to have these big alien ships, and the attack involving the Chitauri, the first attack involving the Chitauri in New York. With a yellow feat, you know that these things did not manifest until that hole in the sky appeared. So if these are part of the invading army of the Chitauri, where the fuck is the hole in the sky? And why are they attacking a ship like this?
Right.
That will be a question to bedevil you for the next 2 weeks. But we, of course, because it is a Marvel superheroes game, we have to end with a quick post-credits sequence. A post-credit sequence fades back in to the Great White North. And what we see is a kind of a blasted, landscape, but very, not it's tundra. So it's, sprawling, rolling tundra, but tundra that looks quite beautiful. It actually, like, it's alive. It's got great colors. Let me, I know for certain, and Arlen is well acquainted with my tundra picture. Yeah. Let me just quickly grab that, and so we can all know what we're talking about when we talk about the Canadian tundra. Every time I go looking for stuff in my library of images, it is just a lovely nostalgic view, kind of tour through all the very, very cool games that we've played on Roll20. I love it. All right, guys, so here's what it looks like. Let's see if I can make this thing. Nope, I can't make it any bigger either. What the fuck?
That's the limits of this
fucking thing. Let's hear. If I put it at 150, what does that do anything? Oh, you know what I can do though? Here we go. See, now what you can do is you can zoom in rather than having a okay, so you know what? I take it back. It is actually improved. So what I can do now is resize this and then scale it up or down within that frame, so I can kind of leave it open if I want. So that is actually better. Roll20. I take back my slanderous comments from before. I'm so sorry. Please don't cancel my subscription.
I heard they hang on every one of our shows.
Yeah, really? What did that fucking Kev say? Jeez. So guys, this is what we see. Boom, is this thing, this, thing. And what we see walking across there are two modern day dressed backpackers. They've got the sort of, classic mountain equipment co-op kind of equipment all on. They've got, what are they? I can't remember. Was it North Face stuff on, and they're, tromping around. We see a couple, sweeping shots of them making progress across this, northern landscape. They appear to be the only two living beings around. And then we see them sort of making camp. You see where that lake is in the background? They're making camp around there, and it's actually two guys. And the two of them are sitting down, and one of them is boiling water, and we can see that he's dropped two tablets into it. And the other one, who seems to be kind of getting a meal prepared, he looks down and he says, "You purified that, right?" And the other guy says, "Yeah, I'm purifying it now." And he looks. The other guy says, "Because we're going to get sick if we." And he's like, "I'm doing it." And the other guy smiles as if like this is the same bullshit he does every day. And then they sort of, go on. We see them. We cut to nighttime. We hear the lovely crackling of this little fire, and we can, see them eating the some of their food. And above them is the beautiful, darkened, star-filled, Arctic sky. And above are these beautiful, wavering, shimmering green colors as well, too. The Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, dancing above them. And the two of them are kind of, looking up as if they're still taking the stuff in. And then one of them says, to breaks the silence of the crackling fire, "It's good." And the other one kind of nods. And they keep eating, and then one kind of stops. And he puts the thing down and reaches for a glass of water. And he drinks it. And the other guy says, "Try chewing it." And the guy keeps coughing and coughing. And then as he keeps coughing, it's getting more violent. He tries to cough the water down, but he spits it all out. And the other guy's like, "Hey, are you?" And he puts his food down. The other guy is now basically like completely like coughing so hard and violently that he's sort of shaking around. The one guy walks over, who's wearing the yellow kind of North Face jacket. He walks over and kind of like, "Are you all right?" And the other coughs, and we now see that there's speckles of blood that are coming out from every cough. And as he makes eye contact with this guy's got blood going down his face, and he's like, "What's going on?" And the one guy who's coughing kind of opens his mouth, and that leads this. Yeah, it's that horror movie moment where reams of blood come out rather than sound or speech, and the guy drops to his knees. The one guy who's wearing the yellow jacket staggers back, shocked, and then he begins to cough as well too. And he looks back at the food, and he looks at the pot that was boiling the water, and he's about to say something, but the coughing overtakes him. We sort of see this at from this very intimate kind of view. We actually fade back a little bit, and we have a fairly a long shot where we see them continuing to cough. One of them finally coughs and stops moving. The other one continues coughing, drops to his knees, and then follows his friend into stillness. There's no sound right now apart from the crackling fire. And that's when you hear the sound of footsteps walking across. And our camera shifts now, and we're following behind some figure. The figure's wearing a dark-colored cap and a dark-colored jacket. It walks over, and as it's walking over, we can see, as it walks past the fallen and swollen, blood coming from the eyes, from the mouth, boils and stuff appears on these things, on these hikers' faces that were unblemished a moment ago. There are lifeless eyes kind of staring out, trying to make sense of what has suddenly befallen them. But the feet and the shoes and the pants that we see of this figure are tattered and bleached with the sun and wind, and very, very old looking. Like they look like they're something from out of time. And this figure reaches down, picks up one of the plates, sits down, and begins eating. And the camera sees this figure from behind, shoveling this food in. And as the camera swings to the side, we can see the face of this new arrival. And it's the same captain, Captain Crozier, that we saw at the outset. And that is where we will leave things. So let me get out of the game here, and let me see here. We'll make with the outros. So, all right, guys. Whoa, 3 sessions of Alpha Flight. So this was intended initially to be kind of a filler for just to kill time between since we had ended some games and to fill up time. But I would like to keep playing this. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm having lots of fun.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys offline about this as well too, not to just put you in the spot right now.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah, but okay. So for those listening at home, thanks very much for joining us for episode 3 of this Marvel Cinematic Universe Alpha Flight game. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to respond in a timely fashion. Alternatively, if you want to reach me directly, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, or you can reach me on by email at dungeonmusings@gmail.com. In addition, let's see here. What else? You can notice that there is a link in the description of this video to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. This is something that we don't monetize the channel in any other way. We don't have a Patreon. We don't do ads or anything like that. We just ask that if you are inclined to chuck some shekels in this direction, that you consider throwing them in the direction of the good people at SOS Children's Villages International, the charity that benefits from the Heroes Save Villages campaign. In addition, from now until July 1st, so it's about a month, another 4 weeks, every $25 that's donated enters you once into our charity raffle. And the charity raffle has as a grand prize a brand new version of the Beetle and Grimm Platinum Edition Waterdeep Dragon Heist box set. This is a $500 US product that has a bunch of amazing cool stuff to use in running the Dragon Heist adventure, including a bunch of handouts, a bunch of extra adventures, maps, just an incredible amount of cool stuff, and some neat little collapsible drinking glasses as well too. In addition to the grand prize, we also have available, a bunch of other prizes, including core rulebooks for the RuneQuest Glorantha role-playing game, for the, let's see here, both books for the Delta Green role-playing game, the core rulebook for Fantasy Flight, right there, Fantasy Flight Legend of the Five Rings, and a copy of the core rulebook for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition, donated very generously by Cubicle 7. There's also a bunch of other neat prizes that are available. So even if you don't win the grand prize, there's still lots of other cool prizes. And again, for every $25 you donate, you get one chance to win one of those prizes. And any donations go to help the people at SOS Children's Villages International. Also, so something I don't normally do, but because we are so darned close, at the time of recording, we're at 999 subscribers. And because I am such a goal-oriented guy, if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed this session, if you enjoyed the content in the channel, I'd ask that you consider subscribing. If you hit subscribe, you'll be able to follow all the games that we do on here, as well as the overviews and reviews that we do and the other content. In addition, if you want to get notified that when we're broadcasting, when we stream live, because we stream all of our games live, go ahead and click the bell icon as well, and that will let you know when we go live. We normally go live, if you're new to the channel, Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturday mornings. So Wednesday nights, Friday nights, Saturday mornings, sometimes on Sundays as well, because I love role-playing and apparently have nothing else in my life. So, but anyway, that is everything. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank my players. So Jeff and Arlen, thanks so much for the first gaming session of my vacation.
Yeah,
we had to spend it on a oil ship. That was pretty awesome. All right. So then otherwise, for those listening at home, again, if you are listening to this before June 1st, be sure to, if you're interested and available, join us for the live streaming of our Epic Gaming Marathon. There's going to be a bunch of surprises in store, and not the least of which is the surprise for my players as to what we're actually playing at the Gaming Marathon. So that will be a lot of fun. But until next time, thanks again for watching, and happy gaming.